afternoon, good evening. It's gonna drive me crazy. Whenever you are finding me is just right. Happy day, happy Pisces season, all of the things. So a few housekeeping items here, and then I will share a couple messages that I have been receiving, speak on those two things, which I'm sure will lead to more and interconnect as all things do. But yes, Pisces season, like I said, happy Pisces season. I won't dive too deep into the Pisces season vibes because I did just drop a Pisces season message in our private soul tribe, our Patreon community. So if that interests you, if that speaks to you, if you want to dive deeper into that, and not just about Pisces season, right, but a longer message, then you can join our private soul tribe, our Patreon community. Link for that is in the description box or pinned comments below. As always, if you would like some personal guidance, reach out, drop a comment, and I will reach out and connect with you. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, if you would like access to the video series course I created, self-paced course, and lifetime, like it's forever yours to own. And if you want to start your wellness journey, let me know. As per usual, it was a hair washing day for me, so I did a cardio workout this morning. But moving that energy, not only that, right, but I've been on the fitness routine, my workout jam for like 13 years now, and that kind of started the ball rolling with all things in my life. As far as my healing journey, transformation, it was only when I began to see how I could transform my body. And not only that, but you don't become physically stronger without also becoming mentally stronger. But it was like, oh, look at how I can shift. If I can shift into this, what more is possible for me? And it just kind of opened the doorway. But yes, that reminds me, the two things I wanted to speak on was doubt and timing. And we'll start with timing here because that message has been coming through. Other messages I've been reading, seeing from other people I follow. When I free write, when I journal in the morning, I'm actually going to read this right from my journal today. Rather than feeling this sense of urgency, I allow time to work on my behalf, right? Knowing that now is a gestational period. Patience can be my best friend if I allow it to be. Pisces season, right? Endings and beginnings, both. Dissolution, dissolving of the old. It's the last month before the new year, the last zodiac sign, a water sign. So emotions, a time to get right, to check in with ourselves before next month, right? Next month we have the eclipse season, we have Aries season, the start of the astrological new year, fire energy returning. So allow yourself this space and grace. And also on timing, the urgency, right? When you feel that sense of urgency, ask yourself, 11:11 here, on my clock where I am. Ask yourself, who told you that you need to rush, right? Where did that story come from? Where did it originate? And then dive deep into that root cause healing, right? We don't just band-aid things. We don't just spiritual bypass. We run towards the things that are tripping us up and triggering us so we can expand. You can't run from yourself, right? So we either heal or we spend our life running from our shadow. We spend our life haunted by our wounds. So it's easier to just heal them. Eventually you learn that. But yeah, so ask yourself where the urgency came from because it did not originate from you, right? We are eternal, divine beings here for the experience of it. But it is, don't beat yourself up for feeling that urgency in the environment, the society we were all raised in. Fast-paced urgency culture is the vibe, but we are here to switch that, right? And also remind yourself when you feel that, you could say this affirmation, time is not running out. I am right on time. The universe is on my side. Divine timing, not my timing, right? And just remind yourself, like we've done so much work over the last several years. This has been coming through in many personal messages for clients, my own messages when I'm doing my own reflecting, right? It took all of that to get us here. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, we have done the work, right? And so as far as this patience, it's not that things are being worked out within us. I mean, forever, right? We will be shown things, but if we feel the things and heal as we go, we are in alignment. So at this point in the journey, it's not about things being worked out in us, but things, the other cooperative components being worked out so we can align with all things that are meant for us, right? And so, yeah, to release that urgency, trust your timing, know that your timing is just that, your timing. It's unique, individual to you, right? There is no competition. No one has your assignment. And when you can come back to center, right? Release that urgency, and you can do that by returning to the body. Find something to smell, touch, see, hear, right? Like focus on your senses, return to the body, because we can't be caught up in the mind and the body at the same time. And then doubt your doubt, right? If you're going to doubt anything, doubt that voice of fear, doubt the one that's tripping you up. Don't doubt your gifts, your potential, what's available, what's possible for you, but doubt the voice that makes you feel doubtful. So yes, I thought that was a beautiful place. I am going to record a message for Patreon after this message, so I have my notes here, just in case something comes through that we're going to continue on with there. I have most of my decks out here, but we'll just see where it leads if I need to pull another out. If you are hoping to get a personal message, some guidance out of this collective message for yourself, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment below if you feel called, make that intention known energetically. Whatever it feels most comfortable to you, but know that that is a form of energetic exchange. You giving me permission to tap into your energy, and you're more likely to receive a message that will resonate for you, that will be pertinent to your life experience. So, am I forgetting anything? Not that I can think of. We'll just see what wants to come through here. But yeah, I would love for you to drop a comment. Let me know how you're feeling in this energy. I love the live chat feature here, so we can chat amongst ourselves, right? We can discuss how we are maybe experiencing similar scenario situations, so we don't feel so isolated, alone in our physical life scenario situation here. Guide the illuminated path. Yes, this reminds me of another message, like follow what lights you up, and you will light up the path, light up your own path and others without even trying. Effortless alignment. Wow, that was hard. But yes, when we are aligned, we know that if we're just following what calls to us, right? What's bringing us joy, be a beacon of love, be an instrument of love. How much more can you love? How much more can you expand? And at the same time, release outcomes, right? Detach from results, detach from outward validation. And that's how we can stay open to life, but not allow the external to distract us or deter us, right? When we aren't expecting, holding on for outcomes, because we are sourced from within. We know all that love we will ever need is within us here. Yeah, building your own world, creation, expansion, networking, and balance in the new here, right? Again, taking that time to go in, check in with ourselves often. Am I feeling urgent, right? Do I feel like I have to do this thing before I'm ready? That's always an indication to fall back, go within, right? What am I looking for? What am I seeking externally? And then provide yourself with that, knowing whatever we give ourselves, right? The universe will mirror that back. And again, releasing those expectations, knowing if you are sharing authentically, who and what is meant for you will receive your message. There are people only you can reach. There are souls that only you are able to, that only you are meant to activate. So by you stepping into your gifts, by you doubting your doubt, right? And silencing that fear and trusting your gifts, your potential, then we take a step forward, and we don't need the path to be laid out before us here. River of blessings. This is when we focus on the gratitude one step at a time here. Again, with that urgency. Also, I know as I was in the bathtub today, preparing myself for this message, as I usually do, I started to think, oh, maybe I'll go live on all my other platforms like I did last week, which would be what? Well, I'm going to do a message for Patreon after this regardless. But then I thought maybe I'll go live on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, things I did last week. And I had never went live on Instagram and TikTok before. It was scary, but I did it anyway, and it felt so good afterwards. And always when you do the thing that makes you fearful, it's about that feeling afterwards, that feeling of accomplishment afterwards. But I noticed as I was in the bathtub, when I started to think about maybe I'll do this and this and this and adding to my list, I started to feel tired. I started to feel overwhelmed. I started to feel like maybe I don't even have the energy to do this message here, you know? And then I just kind of chuckled, and it was like, Spirit reminded me, you're going to feel overwhelmed if you look at the whole staircase, right? So baby steps. Just like with my workout routine 13 years ago, or anything you start, this YouTube channel, right? I remember when I started, I was so excited to get to 100 subscribers so I could record live on my phone. And that felt like it was never going to be a thing when I only had 10 subscribers, right? And eventually we overcome that. And then after a while, you forget, unless you reflect, right? Thank goodness for my journals, but you forget what it took to get you here. So if you're looking to climb another mountain, accomplish another goal, look back on what you have already achieved. And again, like if you're feeling that feeling of overwhelm, take it back. What's one small thing I can do right now, right? What's one feeling I can shift, one thought I can shift? And remind yourself, yeah, time is not running out. We will forever have desires. We will forever be evolving, expanding, right? This is the name of the universe. But if we aren't having fun, joy in the journey, then it's time to check in with yourself and ask yourself, why am I in such a hurry, and where am I looking to get to? And again, it reminds me of this message that just came through a day or two ago. We can't expect a happy destination, a happy outcome, when it's an unhappy journey on the way to get there. Of course, I mean, I'm sure people think, well, working out, that can't be that enjoyable. But in fact, it is for me at this point. And even initially, yes, it was uncomfortable when I started, muscle soreness, all of that. But it was this feeling of achievement, accomplishment. And so it was a worthwhile endeavor. Pain is inevitable, but check in with your values, your priorities, what's important to you. And yeah, is the pain something that's going to help you heal, or is the pain a Band-Aid, right? Like those addictions. Just yesterday I had 5 years opiate free. Never thought I would see the day. I couldn't make it 5 seconds for like a decade and a half. So just know that you're not too old. Time's not running out. It's never too late to step into who you're meant to be. And your timing is just that. So trust that. Yeah, being the tenderness here, being tender with ourselves, right? We can't hate ourselves into change. We can't shame ourselves into change. We can only love ourselves there. And when you feel overwhelmed, a quote I heard from a friend or a former supervisor a couple of years back was, I was feeling overwhelmed. He was trying to pep talk me through the things, right? The baby steps. And he said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So yes, if you're feeling super overwhelmed with your to-do list, your task, your desires, what you're looking to accomplish, create. One bite at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. Breathing is healing. Return to the breath often. Let's tap in with our shadow work deck here. And then maybe we'll tap in with the unicorn deck and get us an affirmation. Yeah. Ego sublimation. Yeah. And releasing the ego, putting the ego in the passenger seat like we've talked before in the past, right? And allowing our soul to drive. And then this unmarked trail, this just came through for us I don't know if it was last week, but it has been on repeat for sure. Good morning, friends. Thank you for being here. So yes, trust the revelation, the inner revelation that you're having, that those, not all who wander are lost, like that message I shared earlier. And just because the path isn't paved before you doesn't mean it's not your path. We are here to trek those new pathways. Yeah, new beginnings here. I love that. Moon maiden. Oh my goodness. I don't know about going live on all the other platforms. I can't even get words out today. Yeah, new beginnings here. Also, the moon, like in the tarot, that can be a symbol. Trusting the unknown, hidden emotions, feelings. Let's see, we had that Leo full moon last week. We're approaching the Pisces new moon this next week. And then actually the next full moon it'll be an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. So much is shifting, changing. If you have felt stalled over the last few months, know that Mars has been retrograde since beginning of December, and that's changing here. It'll go direct here on the 23rd. So things as far as action, drive, motivation, things in the physical, that's masculine energy, should continue to move forward. But on that, then we have Venus retrograde here for about 6 weeks. I think that's like March 1st through mid-April. So that's going to be like relationship review. Think like your worth, your abundance, your finances, all things Venus related, right? So things are still going to be up in the air for review. Don't make any drastic decisions. Make sure you have accumulated, acquired. Of course, we never have all the information, right? But so that you have enough information so you feel like you are making an informed, aligned decision here. What is the niggle trying to tell you? Trust the niggle, trust the nudge. I actually hate that word, niggle. I'm gonna have to Google it and see what the true definition is. Anytime I say it on my other platforms, when captions does it for me, it never does me any favors. I just don't like the word. I think from now on, when I pull this card, I'm just gonna say nudge. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Yeah, when that doubt pops up, right? We're doubting the doubt so we can step into this path, right? Like, what would you do if you knew you would be supported, right? Because you are. Yeah, just say yes to life. Open, just say yes to what you're being called to do, where you're being nudged to, right? And then trust that once you take that step, the next step and the next will be provided for you. Again, you don't have to have the full plan. No one is going to come along and hand you the map. In fact, the map comes from within your blueprint. You're sourced from within. But again, if we were to get the whole plan, we would get overwhelmed. I know if somebody would have told me several years ago this was the plan for me, where I would end up, I maybe would have shied away. Not because it isn't right where I want to be and I'm not enjoying it, but it would have been intimidating. It would have felt overwhelming. And that's why we're never given more than we can handle, right? So if you're being given something, if you're being shown something, with great power comes great responsibility, right? If you're being shown something, if you're being given something, know that it's never more than you can handle and be like, oh, I must be leveling up, right? I must be ready for this, for it would not be being presented to me if I were not. Go with the flow here. Yeah. Relax and trust, accept what is happening. That reminds me of a message that came through after my meditation this morning. That's actually in the notes in my phone, so I can't even look at that right now. Yeah, look for the signs, pay attention, expect an answer, and we have 11. So 11, 11, 11, like we saw earlier, and then unicorn portal here. Yeah, focus your light. Listen for a message. Know that when you're following what lights you up, right, you are lighting the path before you with your bright heart light here. But yes, you are also lighting the way for others without even realizing it, right? Those that are meant for you, meant to go along with you, will show up. You will magnetize them in. Let's see. Let's get one balance card for us here. Let's see what we're working on balancing, and then I'll leave us with an affirmation. Yeah. Boundaries and attachment. Yeah. Attachment to outcomes, expectations, validation, right? We are implementing those boundaries so we can create, so we can follow our soul, follow those nudges, follow what lights our soul up, so we can illuminate the path for everyone, right? Aquarius, me and we. Your healing is the collective healing as well. And then attachment, yes, releasing those attachments to the material. If you would like to dive a little deeper, if you want to maybe do a meditation, let's see what your focus should be. I like the 10-minute guided meditations from YouTube here. What would be beneficial for us as far as the meditation here, Spirit? Yeah. Possessions, belongings, finances, assets, treasures, a root chakra meditation. This has been, I don't know if this was, I think last week we got a sacral. So this wasn't last week, but this maybe was the week before, but I love that. Yeah, belongings with these attachments, right? And this Venus retrograde, our worth, our finances, what makes us feel secure, right? That sourced from within. Can you be happy without anything, right? Knowing we can't take anything with us when we leave here anyway. Possessions. In societies with higher evolved beings, I'm reading this Conversations with God, book 3 for the third time here. Second time, third book, second time, but I'm about done. And yeah, in higher evolved societies, we're actually quite primitive, not very evolved. And don't let that make you feel bad or deter you. We only have one way to go, which is up, right? Elevation. But yeah, in higher evolved societies, they understand that nothing belongs to them, and they certainly don't destroy the land, the earth that is here providing them sustenance. They understand that to destroy the land they walk on is to destroy their source, right? And so this is what we are elevating to these higher understandings. And with possessions, we understand that nothing is, I don't own anything. All of these things are simply passing through, right? It's in my possession for now, and tomorrow it'll be in someone else's possession, and so on. Peacocks here. I love that. It's one of my spirit animals. I connect with the strength and wisdom of my ancestors, and this image always reminds me too of healing the mother line, right? And calling on your, yes, you are healing the things that, no, you are healing the things your mother and father couldn't, your grandparents couldn't. Be grateful, know what an honor it is to be here, and know how powerful you are and capable, right? You are powerful and you are capable to heal these things, to step into your gifts. For if you were not, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be receiving these messages. You wouldn't resonate with, your soul wouldn't resonate with this. So, and know that if it is your calling, it will keep calling you. So with that, I think I'm going to go record a couple of messages, record one for our Patreon tribe before I lose my voice here, certainly while I can still say words. So like I said, if you're needing something, please reach out. I would love to hear if something resonated for you, how you are feeling in these energies, whatever you maybe feel called to share. Would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your healing, and know that it is not unnoticed. The universe sees you. I see you, and I appreciate you. Until next time.